Hello everybody and welcome to Chatmate. My name is Niels and today I would like to show you the 6th episode of the Paul Morphy series on this channel. Today again we have a game against James McConnell. It's their last matchup when Morphy was 12 years old. I think later on they played some more games, but this is the last game where Morphy was at the age of 12. And today Morphy again has the white pieces and he opens up the game with the move e4. We have e5 and not going for the king's gambit, but instead going for knight f3, just normal king's knight game. And here James already plays an interesting defense. He plays the Greco defense. And it's named after Giuliano Greco. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm not quite sure because I don't speak Italian. But he was an important chess player from Italy. And he was also an author from the 1600s. And the defense is not good by today's standards, but in those days, everything was played. But we also will see why it's not good in this game. And let's just see how the game continues. So we have knight c3, just nicely developing the knight, and we have c6. And I think we already had a game where c6 was a bad move. Here it's not that different because maybe black already thought that they could prepare d5, but it's just way too slow and white is just much faster. Just better would have been, for example, just knight c6 and just developing and playing a normal game. But okay, we have c6, and now white strikes with d4, just going for the center. And we have e takes d4 and now e5. And this is only the first of many moves that come with a tempo on the queen. So black has to move the queen. The pawn cannot be captured, by the way, because it's protected by the knight, of course. So we have queen g6, and black already moved the queen twice in the opening, and that is not a good sign. Now we have bishop d3, again attacking the queen, so the queen has to move again. And black just plays queen captures on g2, grabbing the pawn. And now white goes for rook g1, again with tempo on the queen. And queen goes to h3, the only move. Again, rook g3 with tempo, attacking the queen. So we have queen h5 and rook g5, again with tempo on the queen. And we have queen back to h3 and bishop f1, again attacking the queen. So black goes for queen e6, the only logical move. You could technically go for queen h6, but I don't think you want to put your queen on the same diagonal as the bishop, so queen e6 is a more reasonable attempt. We have knight takes d4, and we have queen e7, because also this last move was with tempo on the queen. Knight takes d4 was the 7th forcing move in a row, so a move where white gained the tempo on the queen. And black just used all this time to move the queen around. So just to show the path, we had queen d8 to f6, the first move, of course the second move of the game, but the first move with the queen. We had queen g6, we had queen takes g2, we had queen h3 after the rook came, then we had after rook g3 we had queen h5, then after rook g5 back to h3, then bishop f1, so we had queen e6, and after knight takes d4, queen e7. So we have all these moves with the queen, and meanwhile we just have the queen in the game and this pawn, and white has this massive center with these developed pieces with the rook, the two knights, and the pawn, which is also controlling important squares for black. So a move like just developing the knight is not possible because the pawn is already looking at that square. And this game is already really bad for black. So we can see that this Greco opening has also some downsides. Of course, black didn't play the best moves, but just to give you an example how bad a game can evolve when you bring out the queen too early. We're all humans, and of course a grandmaster wouldn't make those mistakes, and he could probably pull off the Greco defense against a beginner. But I think if you play at the same strength, then it's hard to pull some defense like this off. So I think this position is just a good representation of what can happen if you play too aggressive with the queen too early. So but you also have to mention that that black is up a pawn, but this pawn isn't really worth anything because we gave up the pawn, we activated the rook, we have these knights, as I said in the game, it's all okay. So the game continues with knight e4, just bringing the knight into the center and aiming for that d6 square. We have h6 attacking the rook, and we have another forcing move. We have knight f5. And yeah, this move blunders the game completely for white. It's interesting to see that Morphy overlooked an attempt for black to save this game and to even win it in this position. And if you want, you can try to find it, and you can pause the video right now. So of course, the move that Morphy missed is a queen b4 with check. And yeah, luckily this move wasn't played for black. So what's the situation now? Your king is in check, and also your knight is attacked. So this is one problem. The other problem is that your rook is still hanging. So you would have to do something. I mean, you would love to play c3 and counterattack the queen, but then just black takes the knight, and you have the same problem as before. So the best thing that you could probably do is just play knight c3, and then black would just win the rook. So now black is just up 6 points of material, 1 pawn and 1 rook, and this is way too much for white. These knights and this pawn is not enough compensation for the lost material, and black would probably win this game. James went for queen e6 back. So we have knight f d6 with check, and yeah, again, Morphy goes for his forcing moves. We have bishop takes d6, and we have knight takes d6. And again, a forcing move, your king is attacked, so you have to do something. We have king d8, and now we have bishop c4. Again, a forcing move. The knight is defending the bishop, and your queen is attacked. We have queen e7 back, and now we have knight takes f7 with check. Again, a forcing move on the king. So the king moves again, and we have king c7, and after king c7 was played, black gets mated in 6 move, and you can't prevent it for black. The other variations are also bad, but black doesn't get mated here. I won't show them because they're also completely losing, but if you try and want to, you can find this mate in 6 for white. I will give you a small tip. All the next few moves will come with tempo on the white king, on the black king, and only one move at the end will be a maneuver to prepare the mate at the final destination of the king, which will be at a5. So keep that in mind. King 1 a5, next few moves are checks, and then we have one little maneuver, and after that black can't do anything. So yeah, let's try to find this. So the move that you had to find was queen d6 with check. And yeah, what are the options for black? I mean, I can show you what came in the game. In the game, black played queen takes d6. We had pawn takes d6 with check. The king can't go back to the back rank because the knight covers. So we have king b6. After king b6, we have bishop e3, again with check. So the king has to move again. We have, instead, not moving again, but instead we have c5. We have bishop takes c5. We have king a5. And now this little maneuver that I talked about, just rook g3, and there's nothing that black can do. It doesn't matter what black plays. Rook a3 is coming, and you're getting checkmated. So in the game we had b5, just attacking the bishop, and then rook a3 with checkmate. And this is just a nice checkmate, boxing in the king, and yeah, there's nothing you can do. So let's just try to survive this attack. I mean, you have options, right? You can go king b6, and what's the situation? I mean, your queen is still defended. So if white would capture the queen, there's nothing you should fear, right? No, you get definitely checkmated. So the first move would be a4, and this actually threatens checkmate. a5, and then taking away the square on b6 for the king. Meanwhile, this bishop covers the other squares. The queen covers this square and this square, so this would be checkmate. So let me show it quickly. If black just goes for h5, then a5 is checkmate. So you must do something. So the best move for black would be capturing the queen. We would have queen captures on d6. then first a5, delivering this important check, and after king back to c7, we would have pawn takes d6 with checkmate. And this also would have been a cool ending, because now the knight is covering the pawns, so the king can't take it, and knight also covers this square, and this pawn covers b6. So a nice checkmate by just getting punched by the pawns in your own territory would be also a cool ending to the game. So yeah, you can see, I will show you quickly the original variation again, with all the bishop action and the nice rook maneuver at the end. And you can really see that black in this game had one chance to even win this game, not even equalize, but also win the game. Black didn't take the chance, and after the missed tactic, basically the whole position was completely lost for black. And I even counted a move, and 17 out of the 23 moves of the game were completely forced or with tempo. So in 70 moves, black couldn't even play a move that they would have liked. Maybe like developing a piece. I mean, look at that back rank of black. The rooks are undeveloped. We have both knights undeveloped and the whole bishop undeveloped. So in this game, the pieces of black couldn't really participate in this game. And this really shows you that piece activity is everything in chess. If you don't have your pieces in the game, you will get smashed like this. And this is why I also called the game Morphy takes out his boxing gloves or something like that, because this game just really feels like a punching combination of move after move, and black just getting punched like a punching bag. And black couldn't even react to anything and was just constantly in the defense. And it just reminded me of these classical boxing clips where one guy is just standing in the corner and the other guy just punches him all the time. And even if the one guy leaves up his guard at one time, for example, after knight f5, black is so shocked and so occupied with dealing with his own weaknesses that he also misses some tactic that could eventually also win him the game. So it's just a great game, not a perfect game, but a very satisfying game, just to see this nice mate in 6 combination played on the board. So if you like, you can like this video and also subscribe to the channel, because I will be covering more of the Morphy series on this channel. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. See you.